Warning: the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Salute everybody, salute everybody. I got another video for y'all. Y'all remember Aliyah? I had covered Aliyah probably like a week or so ago. Aliyah, she is the sex worker, all right? So Aliyah had this to say about Kamala losing the election and Trump being in the current office. All right. So without further ado, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. And if you're not sub up to this channel, by all means, sub up. Let's get it. Let's hear what she got to say.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm still not over Kamala Harris not winning the presidency. And I know we've kind of gone off script and talked about other things, but as a black woman who struggles with mental health, and I really needed to believe that if we just work twice as hard, we could have the same things that we have. Kamala Harris not winning this presidency against a convicted felon, against a man who is just hiring whoever the fuck for these cabinet seats, seeing in real time how unserious white men are, but they will continue to have all the power and access in the world, and we're going to suffer from it, makes me not want to live.
She says since President Trump is in office with other white men, that makes her not want to live.
God damn.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I remember seeing the videos and the pictures of people being mangled, dismembered for fighting for their civil rights during the civil rights movement. Children being sprayed, being Emmett Till, seeing all the destruction white people have done to us in this country, and nothing we do will ever be enough. I'm not going to stay here for another civil rights movement or an evolution. I think about my ancestors literally dying for my life to get better, and it didn't. If their death isn't enough magic voodoo or instruments to create some type of to break the curse, because at this point I have to believe we are cursed, because what the fuck did we do for a mutation to come into so much fucking power, to have all this access, to literally be the proof that they are what's wrong with the rest of the fucking world, and we
Hmm. Now she's sitting up here repeating this Hebrew Israelite rhetoric. All right. So those of y'all who don't know who the Hebrew Israelites are, on Hebrew Israelites, they believe that they are the chosen people of God. They believe that since they're melanated skin, that God had chose them, right? But however, they are currently under a curse. The reason why they are under a curse because they didn't submit themselves to God the way that they needed to. So therefore, God cursed them or punished them for not keeping up, with his law, status, and judgments and his commandments. God is currently judging the Hebrew Israelites or the chosen people by allowing allowing white people, in other words, to rule over them until a certain period of time is over. That period of time is going to come when Jesus decide to come here on the earth. But that is their religious belief system, and so she's repeating that same rhetoric that they're teaching um, to everybody else. Okay, so that's what she's getting that from. But let's continue.
have to suffer from that. When is the curse finally going to be broken if there is one? And why do we have to suffer for what somebody else fucking did? Why does that have to continue to be black people's ministry? If we aren't going to be the ones to come into empower, or the tables aren't going to flip like y'all claim it's going to do in the Bible, that the oppressor will be oppressed and all this other shit, if it's not going to happen in my fucking timeline, I don't want to be here to see the buildup of that. We've done enough fighting. If it's not going to happen instantly, quick, fast, and hurry, I don't want it.
I kind of feel her on that. I do. I honestly feel her on that. Because this is part of what their religion is teaching to people, that the second coming of Christ and all the good old stuff. Then they also teach that what's going to happen is that the world is going to be destroyed, the earth is going to be destroyed, and everybody's going to be in heaven. But the thing about it is that all of us, each and every last one of us, have lived our life here on this planet on earth. So it is, to me, it is crazy that throughout this whole entire time, while we living our life here on this earth, the earth is not being destroyed, that we're in a new place that we're not even familiar with. Hell, we don't even know if this new place even exists or not. You know what I'm saying? Because there have been people who say that heaven exists. We have people who speculate and say that either heaven or hell exists, but through scientific means, people they determine that all that is part of like what's in your head and your mind, that you are visualizing these type of things, you know what I mean? So am I discrediting God or the devil, anything like that? I have no idea, but I have my speculations, but I'm not going to discredit it, for people believing in what they believe in, you know what I'm saying? So they're like I say, I mean, I honestly agree with her on that. Like, you live your whole entire life dealing with the trials or circumstances when you a baby all the way until you be a grown adult and you still dealing with these trials or circumstances. You end up on dying, right? To only be into a new place that you're not familiar with at all. You don't know how it's gonna be ran. You don't know if it's gonna be ran under control or another rulership. You don't know what to expect with it, other than what the scriptures are saying about it. You know what I'm saying? So, to be honest with you, I honestly believe that for many people, it's going to be hard for them to transition into this new alleged life or new world or new heaven or new Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? But that is me. That is me.
I don't want to have to keep suffering just for it to end up in vain. If the only point of this life is for me to suffer because YT people have decided what the societal norms are and are not, I don't want to be here. We didn't ask to fucking be here. We didn't ask to be fucking born. So why do I have to suffer and fight for something I didn't start? And this is what I struggle with when I'm trying to speak to my ancestors and venerate them. If I know that they're not burning in hell, what would be so bad about taking myself the fuck out of here right now? Because I'm so tired of struggling. I'm so tired of being homeless, going from having a place to not having a place, having a car, not having a car, and seeing the people around me be literal fucking idiots, menaces to society, and have millions, and have all this support, brandos, everything. Horrible fucking human beings, people that uphold white supremacy. Get
See, the thing about this, she's targeting a certain type of race, right? And saying that this certain type of race is for her discrepancies with her life. She had to understand that it's not just a certain type of race that is doing this to her. She had to understand that part of this is because of the decisions that she's choosing to do. We have to take accountability for our actions. Like a lot of things that we struggle with, like living, for example, while living in houses or living in cars. We choose that. We choose to struggle. We choose to be slaves to work because we want these type of means. We choose to do that, where you could just live a more simpler life. You know what I'm saying? You live a simpler life, live in a remote rural area, you know what I'm saying, where you paying less bills and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we don't want to do that. We don't, because we feel like that we deserve our 40 acres in a mural. So therefore we go to these more suburban areas and stuff, right? And want to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for rent or mortgage, you know what I'm saying? That they pay additional up to about $1,000 for a car note, then to pay additional $500 for the insurance, right? Including the additional $1,000 for the insurance on the house and an additional thousand something dollars for taxes as well too. So we're choosing to do that. We're choosing to live beyond our means because we feel like that we're entitled to it. When there are opportunities out there where you don't even have to want to live that way at all. You know what I'm saying? You can live just a simple life. And by you living a simple life, you could do way more than where you at. You know what I'm saying? Find us a simple house, you know what I'm saying, that's worth probably like 30 to 40,000, right? And you just build upon that house. You build a house, you just do a one DIY on the house. Build it from the ground up. But people don't want to do that, especially us as black people. We don't want to do that. The closest we do that is if we in real estate, if we trying to flip houses to try to make money. And I find that interesting. But for us, our way of living, we want to live in a mansion, live in things that knowing good and well. Median range of living is way too high. But once again, that is my perspective.
everything they want in life. I'm so tired of living knowing that I strive to be a good person and it means absolutely fucking nothing. If my whole entire life I wasn't safe or protected by those who look like me and should have loved me and protected me and hold me, I know that after January 6th, it's not going to get any better. And I'm probably going to talk to my therapist after this, but I no longer have the will to live. I know I get on here and make videos, but it's like I'm getting everything that I've wanted to say out because this is my goodbye. And I know that sounds really depressing. Trigger warning to anyone that is triggering to. I don't have the will to live anymore. My 30th birthday in December, which is going to fall on the 30th, will be my last birthday. It will be. I'm tired of spending my birthdays alone. I'm tired of spending the holidays alone. I'm tired of being alone, knowing that I have financed people's trips for their birthday, paid for people's kids' birthday, paid people's rent, made sure that they didn't get their car evicted. When it was time for me, when I had my mental breakdown, no one was there for me. And to know that people who were there for me were fucking clients before my own bloodline tells me everything I need to know. I am not needed in this life. I feel like no amount of
Let me also talk about this too, because those of y'all who are reviewing this, and I know y'all probably just saying that something mentally wrong with her. What she did say that she have mental issues. All right, but let me give y'all a different perspective on this. I remember when it was a time in my life where I felt like I was at the lowest that I could possibly be at. Facts. When I was trying to reach out to people who said that they care about me, people who said that they love me, when I was at my lowest, right, and I'm just really trying to get by, and I'm struggling. I'm I couldn't pay my car note. My car got repossessed. You know what I'm saying? Then when I was trying to reach out to people to help me, right, it was through their terms. You know what I'm saying? Not because they genuinely cared about me and they wanted the best for me, but it was under their terms. I remember it was a one coworker that considered at that time considered as a friend, right? And he was on married and stuff, right? I was going through a very very tough time where I barely had money to pay my rent, let alone my car note and stuff, right? So I reached out to this friend, right? Reach out to this friend, and I asked this friend, could you just pay my bill for me? That's it. Look, you don't even have to give me the money. I give you the bill. Just pay it for me. That way I could just have another month to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? You know what this dude told me? This dude told me that he had to talk about it with his wife first. Here there's a dude who allegedly say that he's a man of God, who say that he's masculine. This dude had to go and talk to his wife about a friend that was in need. Now, I'm that type of person that I don't ask for a lot. I really don't. If I have it, I have it. If I literally don't, it takes a lot for me to ask people. It really do. It really do. Because I'm so used to going out and getting it on my own, you know. But in situations, I was at my lowest of my lows where I had no choice. I had to figure something out. And so the solutions that I started reaching out to people. And like in her situation, I was giving to people, I was helping people paying bills, doing all this stuff, even in church and stuff, paying tithes, all this stuff. Even when I couldn't afford paying tithes and offering, I was still doing it, literally going broke. Literally going broke, giving out money. You know what I'm saying? Helping people out. But when it came to me getting the help and assistance, this same friend that I'm talking about right now, the dude had came back to me. He had me on the phone with his wife. They was literally sitting up here interviewing me. Now keep in mind, they've been knowing me for years. Years. So they had the audacity to interview me to figure out why I was struggling to pay these bills. And then right after that, they alleged try to come up with a plan for me to pay my bills. I like, well, I already got a plan to help pay my bill. I just needed this particular bill to pay at this particular moment. I don't need y'all to sit up here analyze my finances or anything like that so you could determine if you're going to help me, like the churches be doing, for example, where they literally analyze your finances, they'll analyze how much tithe she being given to the church, and that determines if they're going to help pay a bill or not. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, long story short, they talked about it and they said, well, we can't help you because God told us not to help you. They said that God told them not to help. After that, I stopped being that dude friend because at the end of the day, if you really didn't want to help me, just simply said I would have respect you more by just saying no, rather than coming up with this bold faced, stupid ass lie talking about that God told you something. But once again, I'm telling you this story because I can relate to where she's going through with this. Where you're on your lowest or your lows, you trying to figure something out. You just doing anything. In her situation, right? She going so low that she became a sex worker just so she can make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? But even then, it's not helping her out with her life. She's not happy, as you could clearly see. She's not happy with her life. And I could understand that. It was a point in time where I felt the same exact way, where like, you know what, people don't care about me anyway. So why not? Why not unalive myself? Because people don't care. I don't have nothing to fight for. I don't have nothing to live for. So why not? But I'm telling y'all this for the simple fact when people deal with situations like this, you shouldn't be so critical. You should be critical to judge folks, thinking that you're better than them, thinking that since you at a higher situation, then you got the answers. No, in these particular situations, the best thing to do to help people like her, or at the time when I was going through this, is to be a help period. Is to be that hope. Because that's all we're looking for is that beacon of hope. That's that one little push. That's that one win that would take the boost us up. And that's in my situation, that's all I needed was just that one little win, not this one little L that I kept taking over and over again. That's that one little win. Matter of fact, one thing I do agree with Tyler Perry, he said is that it does take for that one yes. And I agree with him on that. All it takes for that one yes to literally change your life around for real. And that's what happened with me. And I believe that that's what's going to happen to her if she could hang on. I believe that that's what happened to her. She could get that one yes, and it's going to literally change her life around. But hopefully, her therapist gave us a sound advice on this. But let's continue.
Therapy or medication is going to change my lived experiences. I'm tired of having to have the worst fucking customer service because of people's biases and discrimination towards a black woman. I'm tired of people talking to me and approaching me because they think I'm young and dumb, so they don't even give me a chance. They're already approaching me on some bullshit or feel like they need wanting to do something or taking advantage of me.
Now, one thing I do got to say about this is that sometimes we become the product of our environment. Sometimes we will manifest things that we shouldn't manifest. Case in point, like with racism and stuff, right? Hey, y'all notice this? Hey, y'all notice that with some people, they don't deal with that level of racism, but others literally do be dealing with that level of racism. Y'all want to know the reason why? It's because what I just said. It's because some people literally manifest that. They make that into their immediate reality that there literally are people out there every single day being racist. And so they draw in that type of energy. This is the same concept about people who consider themselves being poor versus people who consider themselves wealthy or rich. Where they literally manifesting themselves being poor, they feel like that they can't get out the hood. They feel like that they can't change their mindset or nothing like that, and they stay in that product of their environment. And then on top of that, what's worse is that they end up training their children in that same said type of environment, whether it's poor or wealthy or rich.
I don't feel safe existing as a black woman, but knowing that the people that I should be able to go to don't exist, I don't have that. When I say I've been living out of hotels just trying to get my shit together, and I'm at the point where it's like I don't want to keep trying anymore because it shouldn't have been this fucking hard for me to survive, and knowing that our parents didn't even have to try this hard at our age, I need y'all to understand, Kamala, I really needed her to win because she was my last hope.
Listen to what she's saying. She said she needed Kamala to win, right? Because that was her last hope. That's why I was saying earlier about just that one win, that one W to literally change the course of a person's life. But unfortunately, she gambled on the wrong person. All right. Because not only Kamala, but any type of politician is not out there for people's best interests. I just said this countless of times over and over again that these politicians are not for our best interests at all, even though we want them to be, but in reality, they're not. So she gambled with the wrong person and lost. All right. And here's another thing too. I remember a time where I'm similar to her, where I was staying at hotels. I was staying at hotels. Then I remember this situation too. I was literally working at a hotel, right? And I had my car right after I got off of work. I didn't have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. I couldn't afford to live in another hotel, and I just had my car. And guess what? My car was parked in the hotel garage, and guess what I was doing? You guessed it. I was literally sleeping in my car in the hotel, literally in the hotel parking lot garage in my car, because I couldn't afford to get a room or nothing like that. And so I sit up here and sleep at the hotel. And this is a true story for real. I literally sleep at that hotel. They get up in the morning. If I had a shift, I'll get up from my car and I whatever clothes I had, right, I'll just put the clothes back on or whatever. Then I go into the hotel, right? Go into the hotel restroom, and some of the hotel restrooms had like, little showers in there. So I'll literally go up in there into the one restroom and shower and go to work and repeat the process over and over again. I did that for like months and months. And my one coworkers eventually found out about it because every hotels have security there, so they have security, they have cameras and stuff. So they seen me doing it. They came and confront me about it. Like, bro, you don't have nowhere to go. No, this is my house for right now until I save up money. But I'm just doing this to save up money because I just don't have nowhere to go right now. But once again, people deal with these circumstances where you end up being at your lowest point because you're just trying to figure things out. And so this particular thing, I'm not gonna roast her or nothing like that because I understand where she's coming from because I done been there. I done truly been there.
I have no more hope. I don't know if it's because it's Thanksgiving and like this is the worst time of year because it also is like where my birthday falls. But knowing that the past decade, no one has bought me a birthday cake, celebrated my birthday, planned something. It's always an
Mm.
afterthought. Like when people whose birthdays fall on the holidays say it's a trigger for them that they will cut you off when you sit there and act like you didn't have a whole year to fucking prepare. A lot of the reasons why I cut off most of my friends is when my birthday came up because it falls on the 30th, everyone acts like they didn't fucking know. Everyone acts
Hmm.
like, well, it was the holidays. You had all fucking year. Even if we celebrated at a different time, why is no one ever taking my day seriously? And I've literally paid for your whole fucking trips, like birthday trips. Y'all have barbecues. You didn't even got to spend that much money to celebrate me, and you choose not to because it's the fucking holidays. How many people gaslight you and tell you to your face how much you don't fucking matter, but you make sure that other people feel like they matter? I don't want to do that anymore. I do struggle with BPD, so these emotions will probably fade within like the next hour, but this is just how I'm feeling right now. And again, people are like, go talk to somebody. My therapist isn't available today. All I have is TikTok because I don't have any friends or family or a trick. So it's one of those three. But I hope y'all are having a good Thanksgiving.
And once again, I can relate to her sentiment on this for real. I really can. I really, really can. While listening to her, while I can really understand why she's doing what she's doing. I can understand her behavior. I can understand why she chose the current profession that she's in right now to be a sex worker. All because at the end of the day, she's doing what all the rest of us is doing right now, which is we just trying to survive, man. We just trying to just live, man. We really are. We're honestly just trying to live this life. We are. We really are. We really are. So what do y'all think about this particular video on? How do y'all feel about her whole sentiments that she wants to unalive herself because of her circumstance? Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Do you think she's even more crazy? How do you feel about her? How do you also feel about my perspective about this? Those of y'all who didn't know my struggles that I dealt with, how you feel about that as well too? Do you think that's something I'm making up or I'm telling the truth on that? Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, I'll see y'all on the next episode.